The other day, the former Ridge Holland, Luke Menzies, had posted on X. He wrote, I feel like I've been hung out to dry after getting injured working for another company on behalf of WWE. Add to that my contract not being renewed, knowing that I wouldn't be able to wrestle for 7 months. This is brutal. Yes, they are taking care of the surgery and physical therapy, but let's be honest, that's the bare minimum after what we sacrificed for the company. Plus the possibility of having to get my neck fused too. Talk about getting totally effed. So tonight, Fightful Select has reported that as a result of this, which was considered a breach, WWE has terminated his contract like 9 days before it was supposed to expire.
Okay.
So they're opting.
Like,
he's not getting paid
financially. Yeah. He's not getting paid for 9 days.
I mean, it brings about the question, like, I would hope he is still being paid for his
rehab.
They were going to pay for his rehab during this whole period, even when the contract expires. You would hope that he is still getting paid that. I mean, it just sounds like a real, just like, what are we really talking about here? We're talking, I believe his contract expires November 14th, if I'm not mistaken. So we're literally talking like, what, one more pay period that he would receive in this whole thing before he is not getting any more pay from WWE?
So I'm curious, what exactly is the breach here? I mean, we don't know what his actual contract entails, but what could possibly be, I guess...
It only says it's a breach. He's not revealing anything here that would be considered like proprietary information. He is stating that that his contract is not being renewed, but he had already disclosed that his contract is not being renewed. So that's not new information. He is like, there's nothing here other than it feels as though he's upset. And they're like, I couldn't tell you what the breach was. Like, there's nothing in here that you could state, well, this is a violation other than, insulting the company on a public forum. If they have some language in their contract that you won't disparage the company, like that would be the breach as best I could guess.
Yeah. If it's to like simply get out of paying what? Like 9 days, we're speculating, of course, but if it's to get out of paying like what, a 9 days worth of a contract, then obviously
this isn't about money. This is
more than that. It's to send a message.
That's it.
I think a pretty kind of a petty one, but it's one that you want to send out to, I guess, control your wrestlers who might also end up in a similar situation in the future. But I mean, this was already, I think, a pretty negative PR situation for the WWE. But I also think it goes to show you that this is a current regime that doesn't really care that much about negative PR. They know that they can withstand it, and they know that they'll eventually, I don't know, like survive it.
Do you think Paul Levesque will get asked about this at the next press conference?
No, and that's they know that too.
I say that because those are a thing of the past now. We don't have those press conferences.
Well, so, but in any instance, you think he'll be asked on ESPN? You think he'll be asked on any sort of interview platform that he'll
maybe
be
on when he does the next All In podcast panel that he appeared at recently? He could do that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, dude, it's just been a terrible string of luck for those that have not been following. So Ridge Holland he got this Liz Frank foot injury at the TNA tapings in September, and then. And some of those tapings, the matches are going to be airing tomorrow. That's how far back this was in September. I would assume they're not going to be airing this guy's match that had to be called off. Then he mentioned that his contract is not being renewed and that, I have a family of 5 to support. He's got 3 kids. And then he put this video out that he was going to Birmingham, Alabama, because he needs to get his neck checked out for this lingering injury. And he mentions here the fact he might need neck fusion surgery as well. He's 37. Like his wrestling career may very well be over, but again, it's like the rehab stuff, like, great, they're paying for his rehab, but like this guy can't work for this whole period of time. So there's no income coming in for this guy. It's just awful, the set of circumstances that he is facing here, and that his wrestling career very well may be over at this point.
Yeah, he's been very active online recently as a result of all of this, and clearly there's a level of desperation attached to him in his situation, and clearly he has expressed that he feels that it's been very unfair. I'm curious if like if there will be much interest in him. I mean, for one thing, he's injured, so I don't know how many offers will be coming his way. Period. But when he is actually recovered, I'm kind of curious if there is, as a result of all of this conversation. He's clearly working his hardest to, like he's available for signings and media appearances starting from November 14th. He states,
Okay,
is there
so
going
that's
to be
when the deal was up.
Yeah. So is there any interest that way? He's trying to keep his name out there as best as he can so that maybe he can pay his mortgage. It's a terrible situation for this guy.
November on the Post Wrestling Cafe will include Rewind Away, looking at some of the biggest retirement matches in pro wrestling history with selections from All Japan Pro Wrestling, WWE, and Stardom, among others. Plus, we'll have reviews of TNA Turning Point, UFC 322 from Madison Square Garden, and the Tanahashi Final Homecoming. John and Wai will be taking all of your questions on this month's installment of Ask Away, and John gets together with Brandon from New Jersey for a Season 4 retrospective of 90210. All that and so much more. Join now at postwrestlingcafe.com. $6 gets you in the door.